Section 44 of English Synonyms and Antonyms. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. English Synonyms and Antonyms by James Champlin Fernald. Neglect to notwithstanding. Preposition. Neglect. Synonyms: carelessness, default, disregard, disrespect, failure, heedlessness, inadvertence, inattention, indifference, neglectfulness, negligence, omission, oversight, remissness, scorn, slackness, slight, thoughtlessness. Neglect, Latin, nec, not, and lego, gather, is the failing to take such care, show such attention, pay such courtesy, etc., as may be rightfully or reasonably expected. Negligence, which is the same in origin, may be used in almost the same sense, but with a slighter force, as when Whittier speaks of the negligence which friendship loves. But negligence is often used to denote the quality or trait of character of which the act is a manifestation, or to denote the habit of neglecting that which ought to be done. Neglect is transitive, negligence is intransitive. We speak of neglect of his books, friends, or duties, in which cases we could not use negligence. Negligence in dress implies want of care as to its arrangement, tidiness, etc. Neglect of one's garments would imply leaving them exposed to defacement or injury, as by dust, moths, etc. Neglect has a passive sense which negligence has not. The child was suffering from neglect, that is, from being neglected by others. The child was suffering from negligence would imply that he himself was neglectful. The distinction sometimes made that neglect denotes the act and negligence the habit is but partially true. One may be guilty of habitual neglect of duty. The wife may suffer from her husband's constant neglect, while the negligence which causes a railroad accident may be that of a moment, and on the part of one ordinarily careful and attentive. In such cases the law provides punishment for criminal negligence. Antonyms: see synonyms for care. Prepositions: neglect of duty, of the child, by the parent. There was neglect on the part of the teacher. New. Synonyms: fresh, juvenile, late, modern, new-fangled, new-fashioned, new-made, novel, recent, upstart, young, youthful. That which is new has lately come into existence, possession, or use. A new house is just built, or in a more general sense, is one that has just come into the possession of the present owner or occupant. Modern denotes that which has begun to exist in the present age, and is still existing. Recent denotes that which has come into existence within a comparatively brief period, and may or may not be existing still. Modern history pertains to any period since the Middle Ages. Modern literature, modern architecture, etc., are not strikingly remote from the styles and types prevalent today. That which is late is somewhat removed from the present, but not far enough to be called old. That which is recent is not quite so sharply distinguished from the past as that which is new. Recent publications range over a longer time than new books. That which is novel is either absolutely or relatively unprecedented in kind. A novel contrivance is one that has never before been known. A novel experience is one that has never before occurred to the same person. That which is new may be of a familiar or even of an ancient sort, as a new copy of an old book. Young and youthful are applied to that which has life. That which is young is possessed of a comparatively new existence as a living thing, possessing actual youth. That which is youthful manifests the attributes of youth. Compare youthful. Fresh applies to that which has the characteristics of newness or youth, while capable of deterioration by lapse of time. That which is unworn, unspoiled, or unfaded, as a fresh countenance, fresh eggs, fresh flowers. New is opposed to old, modern to ancient, recent to remote, young to old, aged, etc. Antonyms. See synonyms for old. Nimble. Synonyms: active, agile, alert, brisk, bustling, lively, prompt, quick, speedy, sprightly, spry, swift. Nimble refers to lightness, freedom, and quickness of motion within a somewhat narrow range, with readiness to turn suddenly to any point. Swift applies commonly to more sustained motion over greater distances. A pickpocket is nimble-fingered, a dancer nimble-footed. An arrow, a racehorse, or an ocean steamer is swift. Shakespeare's nimble lightnings is said of the visual appearance in sudden zigzag flash across the sky. Figuratively, we speak of nimble wit, swift intelligence, swift destruction. Alert, which is strictly a synonym for ready, comes sometimes near the meaning of nimble or quick, from the fact that the ready, wide-awake person is likely to be lively, quick, speedy. Compare active, alert. Antonyms: clumsy, dilatory, dull, heavy, inactive, inert, slow, sluggish, unready. Normal. Synonyms: common, natural, ordinary, regular, typical, usual. That which is natural is according to nature. That which is normal is according to the standard or rule which is observed or claimed to prevail in nature. A deformity may be natural. Symmetry is normal. The normal color of the crow is black, while the normal color of the sparrow is gray, but one is as natural as the other. Typical refers to such an assemblage of qualities as makes the specimen, genus, etc. A type of some more comprehensive group, while normal is more commonly applied to the parts of a single object. The specimen was typical, color, size, and other characteristics normal. The regular is etymologically that which is according to rule, hence that which is steady and constant, as opposed to that which is fitful and changeable. The normal action of the heart is regular. That which is common is shared by a great number of persons or things. Disease is common. A normal state of health is rare. Compare general, usual. Antonyms: abnormal, exceptional, irregular, monstrous, peculiar, rare, singular, uncommon, unprecedented, unusual. Notwithstanding, conjunction. Synonyms: although, but, howbeit, however, nevertheless, still, though, yet. However simply waives discussion, and, like the archaic howbeit, says, be that as it may, this is true. Nevertheless concedes the truth of what precedes, but claims that what follows is none the less true. Notwithstanding marshals the two statements face to face, admits the one and its seeming contradiction to the other, while insisting that it can not, after all, withstand the other; as, notwithstanding the force of the enemy is superior, we shall conquer; yet and still are weaker than notwithstanding, while stronger than but. Though and although make as little as possible of the concession, dropping it, as it were, incidentally; as, though we are guilty, thou art good. To say, we are guilty, but thou art good, would make the concession of guilt more emphatic. Compare BUT; YET. Notwithstanding, preposition. Synonyms: despite, in spite of. Notwithstanding simply states that circumstances shall not be or have not been allowed to withstand. Despite and in spite of refer primarily to personal and perhaps spiteful opposition; as, he failed notwithstanding his good intentions; or he persevered in spite of the most bitter hostility. When despite and in spite of are applied to inanimate things, it is with something of personification. In spite of the storm is said as if the storm had a hostile purpose to oppose the undertaking. End of Section 44.